To easily skip through life, we all want that for our children. And the latest research shows healthy social and emotional development in a child's early years sets the stage for a successful life. But there are times when things happen beyond the control of families, when families need extra support. This film will help your children get off to a great start. This mom reached out for support when her children needed help. There are many myths and preconceptions about mental health issues. This video wants to dispel those.
Don't feel so guilty that it's something that you did while you were pregnant. You ate this one thing, you drank this one thing, or whatever. Just be focusing on the fact that your child is doing something that is completely abnormal for their age development, and someone can help you. All you have to do is ask.
The kind of behavior to be concerned about changes as children grow. You know your child best. If it worries you, ask an expert. At times, problems with feeding, sleeping, or attachment, irritability, depression, aggressive or disruptive behavior, fear of being alone, or something as simple as not getting along with other children can be a problem. Parents sometimes hear from family or their doctor that children will grow out of a problem, and they put off getting help. That could be a mistake because new research shows early brain development sets the stage for later life.
20 to 30 years ago, we thought babies came into this world as just kind of blank slates that needed to be filled. But what we now know is that babies come into the world ready to learn, and that brain development actually starts in utero.
Dr. Ellis says sometimes things do get better, but sometimes families need support.
Stephen was always very aggressive. Like if he didn't want to do something, he would come at you, and he would hit you as hard as he could with his tiny little fist. And we didn't know, we hadn't read that far in our baby book yet, so we didn't know what to do. We figured we'd just hug him and love him a little more and everything would get better.
That's when Stephen was 2. His mom got him the help they needed. Mark Eberhard is a child development specialist who counseled a mom very worried that something was seriously wrong with her son. Mark observed their interaction and the child playing, and the mom learned to help her son manage his behavior.
How to effectively use time out, how to really focus on positive behaviors and reward behavior well. And she was a great mom. She was able to put that into place, and then about a month later I saw her and she said, "It's so different," and we were just having such a great time, and it was such a simple thing.
It's not always so simple. Sometimes outside factors affect children and families. Social worker Sharonda Banks.
There are many things that can occur. It can be having a parent that is drug addicted. It could be having a parent that does not have a home, period, that are going from place to place, relative to relative. With that child hasn't had any stability. They haven't had anybody to help them feel safe and help them feel secure.
One risk doesn't necessarily create an infant mental health issue, but more when there's accumulation of risks. So when families are in environmentally stressful situations, for example, if they're not sure if their house is safe, and they're not in a safe neighborhood and they're stressed out about that. And then there also, if there are any drugs or alcohol concerns in the family, and adding those risks together makes infants more at risk.
Carrie Lynn adopted Stacy when she was 2 and knew she needed help when the toddler threw poop at her when she was upset, then tried to hurt herself.
Stacy would ram her head into the corner of the bed until she bled.
The important thing for parents and caregivers is to realize it's okay to ask for help. Sharonda says those parents can save their children and themselves a great deal of heartache.
I've seen children who act out, who start delinquent behaviors at the age of 5. They'll start stealing, they'll start using profane language, they'll start doing just a lot of negative things that are abnormal for a 5-year-old. And that's when it kind of clicks in a professional's mind that something's going on.
But sometimes we all have kids that have issues that are a little bit beyond or outside of the typical experience that a parent has. And so why not get the advice of someone that specializes in that area?
You gotta be strong enough to be able to say those words out loud. Okay, my kid threw poop at me. And not feel like it's the most embarrassing, disgusting thing in the world. Just say that it happened. And now what am I supposed to do?
First, you can take your concerns to your pediatrician. You can also contact Mecklenburg County's own Early Intervention Program, the number 704-336-7100. Then find information about mental health providers in our area by logging on to ZFive.org. You'll also find reading material there and information about events which focus on the healthy social and emotional development of children from birth to age 5.
We want to give our kids the tools that they need to succeed in life. And part of those tools is giving them any help that they need. I know a lot of times when a person talks about therapy or things of that nature, there's a stigma of my child may be crazy or that my child needs to go see a shrink. But as professionals and as for parents, we have to look above and beyond that. We want to make sure that our children are going to be as well developed as they can and be successful citizens.
Well-developed, successful citizens. Make sure your children get off to a great start.